swing my sword, walk up to these guys. They come at me, I attack them. They look like they take damage, but it's impossible to kill them. So we will get them attacking us now. Let's find one of our NPCs. They've both got the same script, so it doesn't really matter which one we edit the script on. NPC enemy script. We want to go and find some space down here. We're going to add some new blocks. What we want to do here is detect when the NPC touches the player, and that is when the NPC will do its attack. So the block for detecting a touch is from physics. When I am touched, get toucher. Let's get that block out here. When I'm touched, get toucher. This detects when you touch something, and then it remembers who touched it. Saves it as the toucher variable. We're going to ask, was the toucher the player, and not just some other random object? So we'll use an if block to check that condition from control flow. We want if do. We'll drag that into this block. And we want to say if toucher has tag player, because we can use that tagging system that we set up to identify objects. So the block to ask about the tag on an object is from sensing, under tagging, myself has tag name. We'll drag that into the if block. Now we're not asking if I, myself, have this tag, so we'll throw myself away. We're going to ask if the toucher, the thing we touched, has this tag. So, like I said, toucher is stored as a variable. We'll go to variables and we'll grab instance toucher. Drag that into that slot where myself was. So when I touch something, if the thing I touched is tagged as player, then that means the player touched me, so I am going to attack it. And we'll make a new function to do our attack, kind of like how we've made a function for damaged and chase. So we will go to functions and drag out do something. And let's name this attack. Okay, now let's use a couple of comment blocks to describe what we want to do here. If we go to control flow, down the bottom, we can grab that add comment block. Always a good idea to use comments, just so when you go look back at work that you've previously done, you can figure out what it is you were trying to achieve if it doesn't immediately make sense. So put it in this toucher block, this comment. I want it to say if touching player, and then I'll also put a comment in this attack function. And this will be, what are we going to do here? We're going to play our attack animation and tell the game that we have attacked. So play attack animation and tell all objects in the game that we have attacked. Alright, now we need to make sure we put our function block inside this if block. We go to functions and grab attack and pop that inside the if block. When we touch the player, we will do our attack, whatever we put in here. Let's give that a capital A because we've been capitalizing our functions. Okay, now let's get that animation block going. So if we go to animation, we can grab play animation idle and connect that into our attack function. And the animation that we want to play is called attack down with a capital D. That'll play the attack animation. Now if you're not sure what animations you've got on your object, you can close that script, save it, and right click on the object in the editor and select view animation, and it will show you all the different animations in here. Walking down, attacking up, being hit down. So you want to make sure you spell them the same. Okay, attack down. That's good. So that'll play the animation. Then we want to tell the game that we've done our attack, similar to what we did with the player. If we go to events and find a little ways down, we want this broadcast message block. Drag that into there. And this will broadcast the message NPC attack. NPC attack. So the game will know, okay, this NPC is trying to attack something. And then other objects can detect that message and figure out what they want to do as a reaction. Okay, now, as we know from our last session, if we play an animation, it'll keep looping. So let's nip that in the bud. Let's say when this attack animation loops, we will play our walking animation. Now the block for detecting when an animation loops is from animation under when animation idle has completed. We want that when animation idle has completed. Change completed to looped, and then change idle to attack down. Attack down. So when that plays once, instead of continuously looping, we'll get it to go and play our walking animation. So we'll go to animation again and get another play animation block. Let's call this one walk down. Walk down. Good. So when we touch the player, we will attack and then we will stop looping. Let's test that out. If we click play and go find an NPC, let them attack us, and there we go. Now they play their attack animation. Pretty cool. So we can start fighting each other. Alright, let's save our game so far. So we'll close this script. We'll go File, Save Game. Always good to keep saving.